time, isn't it? I'm starving.
So am I, but I wish they would give us something besides gruel.
We've searched every corner of the workhouse, but there's not a spare crumb to be found.
And Mrs. Corney keeps all the food locked up.
And Mr. Bumble beats us if he catches us near the kitchen.
I wonder what it would be like to have anything I wanted to eat and as much of it as I pleased. I've heard some of the old men tell of great eating houses in London where you can order roast pig on a platter as big as a table, and broiled fowl, and puddings, and sauces, and hot buns, and...
Oh, stop, you're dreaming, Oliver. I can't bear to think of it all.
I think of it often, and I'm going to London someday.
You're going to London? When?
I don't know. Someday.
How do you get there so far away?
I suppose I could walk.
Do you suppose Mr. Bumble will allow you to go?
If he won't, I'll run away.
Shh! Someone's coming!
Tea, steaming hot. Oh, and cake. Doesn't it smell wonderful?
Hurry up, home, Sally. These paupers must be fed.
Gruel again.
Oh, it's better than nothing.
I'm so hungry, even gruel looks good.
If they'd only give us enough of it.
Come and get your supper, children, and don't be all night about it. Come along. Don't spill it. And old Sally yells too much. Pour it back. Move along and don't dawdle.
You hear, Ma? For the nourishing room before you, the sheltering roof above you, and the ample garments provided by the generosity of this parish, may the Lord make you ever grateful, content, and obedient. Amen.
Amen.
Boy, Widow Conley, what a delectable table you have spread here.
Would you like a cup of tea and a slice of cake, Mr. Bumble?
Well, since you are so very generous to offer, I do believe I will, ma'am.
Sweet, Mr. Bumble?
Sweet, ma'am. Very sweet indeed.
Mr. Bumble, please. Mr. Bumble, you naughty man. Drink your tea.
Delicious, ma'am. You've such a way with cooking.
Go on, Oliver. Don't be afraid.
No one's ever done it before. It might work.
Oh, Mr. Bumble. Look at this.
Well, what do you want, boy?
If you please, sir, I want some more.
More? Mrs. Golden, did you hear that? This boy wants more!
Yes, sir. I do too, sir.
I want some more.
He asked for more.
Oh, please, sir, don't beat me, sir. I'm also very hungry, sir.
Hungry? Did you hear that, Mrs. Coney? This boy is hungry. I'll show you what we do with boys who dare to be hungry! Mrs. Coney, lock this boy up in the cellar while I decide what's to be done with him. I'll have no hungry boys in this workhouse.
Come along, you spoiled little villain.
Mistress, I beg you, don't harm the boy.
20-year wait, old Sally.
Have pity on him for his poor dead mother's sake.
Did you know my mother?
I nursed him when you were born, Oliver. She was a pretty young thing. She held you in her arms and kissed you before she died. Poor dear.
Put your babbling tongue, old Sally. This boy's mother was a nameless pauper who thoughtlessly died, leaving her child a burden upon this parish. And we've never been able to discover who his father was, or his mother's name, nor condition.
But Master, isn't the boy named Oliver Twist?
He has that name because I gave it to him. He invented it. Now, go about your work.
Mr. Bumble.
What? Oh, Mr. Sabri and Mrs. Sabri. I did. Oh, and bless me, here is this young Noah Claypool. Oh, and Mrs. Sabri's little maid. The whole family, so to speak.
Well, I was just passing by and just thought I'd cry about the boy, Mr. Bumble.
The boy? Oh, yes, the boy to assist you and Noah in the undertaking business. If you'll excuse me one moment, sir. I completely forgot I had promised Mr. Sabri a boy. What am I to do, Mrs. Corney?
Why not let him take this ungrateful will of a sinner off of our hands?
Why, Mrs. Corney. Know how I manage without you. Oh dear. Indeed, ma'am, I don't believe I can manage without you for very much longer. I still have an important question to ask you very shortly, ma'am. You'd like to be made a coffin maker's apprentice, wouldn't you, boy?
No, sir, I don't think I'd like it at all, sir.
Ah, but you'd learn to like it. Here he is, Mr. Sabri. Here is the boy. Make a bow, Oliver.
So, that's the boy, is it? What do you think of him, my dear?
I think he's very dirty and weakly.
Boy, he is rather puny, there's no denying it, but he'll grow, Mrs. Sabri. He will grow.
Oh, I dare say he will. On our food and drink, he will not do.
But my dear, taking a look at his most unusual face.
He looks just like his mother. I remember.
Hush, oh Sally.
What about his face?
Well, he has an expression of melancholy which is quite distressing, my love. I think he'd make a most piteous coffin follower for the children's funerals.
Well, perhaps he might just do. If we can get enough work out of him without putting too much food into him.
A diet of the very fittest crew is all he requires. That and a stout gang to keep him sharp.
Well, seeing as he's here in the holidays, I'm in a generous spirit to take him.
Oh, you do the service a great service, sir. And for so little, shall we say, £5?
£5? Absolutely not. The boy is worth no more than £2.
Perhaps 3, my dear. My spirit is here to sap the wisdom of my brain.
Absolutely not.
Him! Won't you please step into the next room where we can discuss the matter privately?
Of course, now watch the boy.
Yes, sir.
What a bother. Charlotte, wipe your mouth.
Oliver, before you go, I must give you something. I thought I had it in my pocket. No, I must fetch it at once. You mustn't leave without it, and take great care that no one else sees it.
So, you're the new boy, are ya?
Yes, sir.
How old are ya?
10, sir.
Well, I'll whip ya when we get back to the shop. See if I don't.
I would hope not, sir.
You don't know who I am, do ya?
No, sir.
Well, I'm Mr. Noah Claypool, Mr. Sourberry's first assistant. And you'll be under me now, under me. And you'll do exactly as I say, or you'll catch it good. You'll wake up every morning at 6 o'clock sharp. You'll lay the fire, open the shutters, and you'll sleep under the cabinets amongst the coffins. And you'll eat last. Do you hear?
Don't shout so, Noah. Master might hear you. Remember, he's going to make Oliver the children's coffin follower.
Yes, and that don't suit me. That don't. Master's gonna let him wear the black hat and coat and parade along the streets while he keeps me inside doing the odd jobs and dirty work.
But, Noah, you don't have a melancholy face like Oliver.
Melancholy? Ha! It's only a pauper's face, and one that ain't been washed neither. Say, how's your mother? She ain't been around as of late to look after you, has she?
She's dead. Don't you say anything about her.
Dead, eh? Well, ain't that too bad. What was her name?
I don't have to tell you.
You don't know it, do you? Listen to this, Charlotte. He don't even know his own mother's name.
No, I don't know what her name was, but I love her just the same.
Now, what say you to sniffling?
Not you! Don't you say anything more about my mother.
What? Now listen here, you sneevely cuss. Don't you be impudent with me. Listen, I'm very sorry for it, but your mother was a regular downright criminal.
That's not true.
Oh, yes, you disease-infested rat. There ain't no innocent kind to be found in a workhouse. If she hadn't died, she most likely would have been hanged. I'm sure of it.
She wouldn't! Don't you talk about my mother that way!
Charlotte, help! Help! He'll kill me! Help!
Stop him! Somebody stop him!
Oliver, what do you mean by this?
He's gone mad, missus. He's turned vicious. He's trying to murder me.
Are you all right, poor boy?
Oh, I'm half killed, missus. I'm all over and bruised and aches.
Oliver, do you see what you've done?
Yes, now let me go! He called my mother a criminal!
Well, what if he did? You've got no proof to the contrary, and she deserved it, I'm sure.
She wasn't a criminal! It's a lie!
Oliver!
The little wretch! I will not have him!
I'm afraid the boy won't after all, Mr. Bumble.
Now, don't be hasty, sir. This boy has a nasty temper, as he likely comes from a whole family of criminals. But a good thrashing will restore him.
Get away from me! Help!
Oliver! Convict!
He's running away! He's running away!
He's gone. I'm too late. His mother gave me this gold locket just before she died. She made me promise to keep it and give it to a boy when he was old enough to make use of it. But now, it's too late.
Oliver got away!
Go away, what do you mean?
He outran them all and escaped in the fields. I'll never catch him now.
But he's only a little boy. What will become of him?
Why, if he finds the right road,
I'll very likely run all the way.
to London. Pardon me, I might have taken you for one of Kris Kringle's elves had you not been crying so. What's the matter? I'm very tired and hungry. I've been walking in the country for 7 days. Have you now? Running away from home, eh? It wasn't a very pleasant home. Well, what do you think of London? It's a very large and strange place to me, but surely a poor boy like me can find his fortune here. It's very likely. Have you got any lodgings yet? No. Any parents to ask after you? No. Relations of any kind? I don't know of any. A regular orphan then, aren't you? Have you got any money? Not a penny. Whew! So it's a good thing I found you then. This is not the season to be without family and fare. Well, yes, but I don't know where to look. Now, don't you worry about a thing, my little elf. I know where we might find some Christmas cheer. I know a very respectable gentleman who'll give you bed and board for nothing. That is, if any gentleman he knows introduces you, and don't he know me. What's your name? Oliver Twist. My name's Jack Dawkins, but my intimate acquaintances call me the Artful Dodger. Oh, I'm very pleased to meet you, Dodger. Are you sure the old gentleman won't mind if I stay with him? Not a bit! I'm a particular friend and protege of his, and he'll be very happy to have you indeed. Come meet the family. It's not far, just a little ways down this back alley. It's a shortcut.
You did a pretty piece of work last night, Bill. A beautiful piece of work. Look, my dears, but don't touch.
It was hard enough to come by, Fagin. See that you take care of it, or I'll take care of you.
Yes, yes, Bill, you needn't worry. But wouldn't our Nancy make a queen in this?
I hardly have the clothes to go with it.
And wouldn't our Bet make a fine lady with this on her arm?
Well, it's a bit gaudy for me, Fagin, if I do say so. And it don't match me eyes.
Hush! What's that? Dodger, who's that with you?
I've brought a new boy, Fagin.
On trial, of course. His name's Oliver Twist.
How do you do, sir?
Why, how do you do, my dear? A pleasure to meet you.
Let me hang up your cap for you, Oliver.
Permit me to spare you the trouble of emptying out your pockets before you go to bed.
You wouldn't be holding out on us, would you, you festering canker?
All right, boys, let him be. Let him get acquainted. I'm Nancy Oliver, and this is Miss Betsy. Bet for short.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Well, look at that. He's got manners like old Flynn here. I'm very pleased to meet you, Oliver.
A pleasure, I'm sure, Oliver.
You have a very large family, Mr. Fagin.
Well, yes, indeed I do. You could say all these boys and girls are like my children. With the exception, of course, with this gentleman here. This is Mr. Bill Sykes, my business partner. Ah, I see you looking at the handkerchiefs. There are a great many of them, aren't there? We're just getting them ready for the wash.
It's a regular load of laundry we've got here, Oliver.
Come, Oliver, sit down. Nancy, bring him something to eat. He must be hungry. Dodger, I hope you've been hard at work this morning.
Hard as nails, Fagin.
That's a load, Dodge. Save some for the rest of us.
These ones are very good, but the initials shall have to be picked out with a needle. Nancy, bet you'd like to show Oliver how to do it. You'd like that boy, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes, sir. I'll do whatever I can to earn my keep.
Aye, that you will, you postulous postule.
Oliver, I think it would be to your advantage if we show you a little game we like to play. Boys, get ready. Now, Oliver, I'll pretend to be an absent-minded old gentleman browsing leisurely along a row of shop windows. Watch closely.
Oh, dear, excuse me, sir.
Your pick's clean, Fagin.
So I am. Don't you see, Oliver? What great fun we have at this game.
Oh, yes, sir. Will you teach me how to play it?
Of course. Make the Dodger your model. Do as he does and take his advice. Now, do you see this handkerchief hanging out of my pocket?
Yes, sir.
See and try and see if you can take it without my feeling so, just as you saw the others do.
Oh, dear, excuse me, sir.
Have you got it?
Yes, sir. Here it is, sir.
Oh, what a clever boy you are. Isn't he clever, boys?
Sharp as a bent spin.
Who is a blinded fly.
As prickly as a warp miner.
Why not let him go out with us today, Fagin?
Only to watch us, of course.
And give us a chance to watch him.
I guess there's not much harm in it. But don't lose him, Dodger. Even for an instant, bring him back.
Don't worry, Fagin. Come on, Oliver.
To work, boys.
I'm not sure about that one, Fagin. He's not like the other boys. And besides, he does not look well.
He's too sickly and pale to be any use to us.
But if he proves himself, Bill, his innocent face will work to his advantage. And ours. Who would suspect him? But if it doesn't work out, he's just one more street urchin who unfortunately disappears, remembered by nobody. Come, Bill, we must lock these things safely away. Nancy, attend to the handkerchiefs. I plan to sell them tomorrow.
Why are we stopping?
Hush! You see that gentleman over by the bookstore window?
Yes, I see him. Ain't he a jolly snowman?
With a little snowflake trailing him.
We'll melt the both of them down to trickling drips.
He'll be our first customer.
A prime target.
What do you mean? Does he buy handkerchiefs?
Wait here, Oliver. And what how Bet and me play the game.
What are you doing? What? It isn't a game at all. You're thieves!
Here, boy, give me my handkerchief. Stop! Thief! Thief!
There he is. Don't let him get away. He stole that gentleman's handkerchief.
Catch him!
Ah, now he's caught.
What's going on here?
I believe this boy stole my handkerchief. At least, it appears that he did.
Oh no, sir. I didn't take it. I didn't.
Well, of course you didn't.
Stand on your legs, you young devil.
There's no handkerchief on this person, sir.
You'll have to come to the police station to press a charge.
Is that really necessary, officer?
Yes, sir. We have cases like this every day, sir.
If he's lucky, he'll get off a light sentence of only 3 months hard labor.
Hard labor, officer.
Wait! Stop! Please don't take that boy away. Stop a moment!
Who are you, ma'am?
Miss Eliza Sellers, officer. I work as a clerk in the bookstore, and I saw what happened.
What did you see, ma'am?
I saw this boy, and another boy, and a girl loitering in the street near this gentleman. The handkerchief was taken by the other boy who handed it to the girl, and they both disappeared through the park.
Are you quite certain of this?
Oh, yes, indeed. The little vagabonds in broad daylight on a respectable street. This poor boy is innocent. You mustn't take him away.
Well, no need to overcrowd the courts for another case, then.
Move along.
Back to your shopping. All's well.
Poor boy. He's very ill and frightened half to death.
No one will hurt you now. Will you come with us?
Please, sir, are you going to help him? By the looks of it, he has no home but the street.
I'll bring him to my home in Pentonville. Rose can take care of him. My name is Brownlow, and this is Rose, and we want to thank you for saving him, Miss Sellers.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm glad I was in time. If there's anything else I can do, I hope you can call upon me.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Come, my boy. We must get you to my coach on the next street.
Oh, what do we do now, Dodger?
Well, we couldn't help what happened. The boy seemed game enough at first. Fagin won't like this, but we have to tell him. Let's go.
It's the boy! I can't be mistaken. His face gives him away. And just as I discover him, he's snatched away from me by Brownlow. I hoped never to see that meddler again. Curse them both! But I'll have my way yet. Unfortunately, I'll need help to carry out my plans now. I mustn't lose sight of those two. There they are, turning into that alley.
Are you hungry, Bill?
Of course I am. Do me the honors, Nance. Now, hand me that loaf right there. No skipping.
What? Back already?
Why, Bet, we're just in time for supper.
Wait. What's this? Only two of you? Where's the boy? Where's Oliver? Speak out!
Well, he didn't take much to our line of business, so when a rich gentleman came by and offered him a ride in a coach, he went. That's all. Let me go.
What? You let him get away? Do you know what this means? He knows all about us. He could say something that could get us all in trouble.
Oh, you avaricious old skeleton! Sit down! What are you afraid of? Do you think the brat will blab to his rescuer so that she'll be found out? Maybe, and hanged?
I don't think you realize, Bill. The game was up with me. It's up with all of us. And it would come out much worse for you than it would for me.
Well then, we've got to get the boy back, don't we?
Dodger!
We heard the gentleman say he lived in Pentonville.
Pentonville. A very genteel neighborhood. We shall have to look around. Bet would like to make a few distinct inquiries for us, wouldn't she?
I never travel that far from home, Fagin. I think not.
Fine, then Nancy will go. Won't she, my dear?
The boy's out of our company now. Let him be.
What talk is that? He could blab to the police about us. You'll go, Nance.
He wasn't like other boys. Besides, he's better off where he is.
I say you'll go! He's more likely to come around quietly with you.
Right, you're hurting me, Bill. Right. It's the best way to go about it.
I can tell you exactly how to go about it.
Who are you? How'd you get in here?
I know how to slip into houses without being noticed. Don't worry, you have nothing to fear from me. I've overheard enough to know we can do business together concerning the boy.
What boy?
The one just taken home by Pentonville, gentlemen.
What about him?
I want him, and I think you and your friends here can secure him for me. I cannot pursue him myself, for the gentleman knows me would interfere.
We have particular reasons for wanting the boy. Where should we get him for you?
For a price! I do not deal in trifles.
Very generous.
Take this bag for getting the boy back. Then if you do as I ask, you'll get double this amount. I assure you my interest in him is similar to yours. We can assist each other very nicely.
Double this amount, you say? I'm willing to discuss it. Won't you take a seat, miss?
I call myself Miss Monks. Now, the gentleman's name is Thomas Brownlow. He's a very rich and influential person. It won't be easy to get the boy away from him. The first thing to do is set a watch on the house.
Bill and Nancy can do that, if you show the way.
I will! The boy was ill, so he'll probably remain there till he recovers. I'm staying at an inn called the Three Cripples. We should have about a month to think of a plan to get him back. Then his ruin shall be swift and sure.
And Tiny Tim said, God bless us, everybody. The end.
Very good.
I'm very pleased to see you learn to read, Oliver.
Oh, yes, sir. Miss Rose is a fine teacher.
And your writing comes along quite nicely.
Oh, thank you, Miss Rose. You've been very patient.
And you have been a very eager pupil, and you learn so quickly.
Do you think that someday I might learn how to paint pictures too?
Perhaps. You do love that portrait, don't you?
Oh, yes. The lady has such a beautiful face, yet her eyes are so sorrowful. While I sat here when I was ill, I used to look at her. She seemed almost alive, as if she wanted to speak to me.
Nonsense, my boy. How odd. I never noticed that before.
Noticed what, sir?
It's nothing, my dear. It's nothing. Now, Oliver, you've been with me for a month now. And since you've recovered from your fever, you must understand that
Please, sir! Don't send me back to the wretched place I came from, please!
Oh no, Oliver. Mr. Brownlow isn't going to send you away.
My boy, you needn't worry about me deserting you unless you give me cause.
Oh, I'll never do that, sir.
I should hope not. I feel strongly disposed to trust you, and I'm more interested in your behalf than I can account for. Now, we must think about your future and your education, and yes, Miss Bedouin?
Pardon me, sir, but there are a gentleman and lady here, and the lady is Miss Grimwig, and she inquired if I had any of my Gingerbread cookies for masquerade, and when I said yes, she knows that she'd come to tea.
Oh, do send her in, please. Now, Oliver, we'll have a little chat after tea. Clara Grimwig is a very old friend of mine. She's a bit crusty in her manners, but a worthy creature, I assure you.
Look here, Thomas! It is astounding to me that I cannot call upon a friend's house without almost slipping on a piece of orange peel on the staircase. I have been lamed by orange peel once, and I know orange peel will be my death. Oh! Hello, dear! How do you do? Who's this?
This is young Oliver Twist. Surely you remember me telling you about him?
Wait a minute!
No, Clara, he hasn't had one. Come, do sit down.
That's the boy you found on the street? That's the boy with the fever?
Yes?
And how are you now, boy?
A great deal better, thank you, ma'am.
Rose, will you kindly tell Miss Bedwin that she may serve tea now?
Of course. Olivia, come with me.
Oh, and do remind Miss Bedwin not to forget the gingerbread cookies.
I'll tell her.
Well, Thomas, I do appreciate your generosity this holiday season, but I need you to tell me, what do you know about that boy?
Well, I've made a few inquiries and I put an advertisement in the newspapers, but I've had no satisfactory answers to date. The boy tells me he was an orphan, raised in a country workhouse, and that he ran away to London to escape being apprenticed to a coffin maker, and he fell in with bad company, completely unaware. And you know how I found him.
Does Miss Bedwin count the silverware at night? I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if she woke up and, well, a teaspoon or two were to be missing.
I'm sure nothing of the sort will ever happen, Clara. Oliver is very well-mannered, and I notice he bears a strong resemblance to that portrait of Rose's sister.
Nonsense! I think you should spare Rose the chore of keeping up with that young vagabond.
Oliver and Rose have become very good friends. You know that Rose is very dear to me on account of my long relationship with her father and the unfortunate circumstances surrounding the death of her sister. Oh, I hear Miss Bedwin coming with the ginger snaps.
Well, the ginger snaps, my dear.
I'll be back with them.
Okay. So, how have you been, Mr. Brownlow?
I've been very good.
That's good. Why is my hat upside down?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr.
The ginger snaps! Oh, you are a wonder with the gingerbread, Miss Bedwin. Oh, and I see you've been artistic with the icing too. Excellent.
Thank you, ma'am.
A man from the bookstore just left these books for you, Mr. Brownlow.
I have some books to return to Mrs. Sellers as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but the man has just gone.
Well, why don't you let Oliver take them for you? I'm sure he can get them there safely.
Oh, yes, sir. Do let me take them, sir.
Oh, I'm not sure you're well enough to go out on the streets just yet, Oliver.
Nonsense, my dear. He looks well enough to me. Of course, if he can be trusted to.
You shall go, Oliver. Here are the books and a £5 note to pay Miss Sellers.
Yes, sir. I won't be gone long, sir.
Let me tell you the most direct way to go, my dear.
He'll be back before dark.
Oh! You expect him to be back, do you?
Why, of course we do.
Don't you, Clara?
No! I do not. He has a new suit on his back, a new set of books under his arm, and a £5 note in his pocket. He will return to his friends, the thieves, and laugh at you.
Please, Clara.
Miss Grimwig, it's true Oliver came to us from an unfortunate circumstance, but he is a grateful, gentle child, ma'am.
My dear, I think I know a young vagabond when I see one.
Pardon me, sir, but there are gentlemen and lady here in answer to your advertisement for information about Oliver.
Oh, do send them in. I've been hoping to hear something.
Now, Thomas, I wager you won't like what you hear.
Clara, that's enough. Hello, my name is Brownlow. Do you have information about Oliver?
Yes, sir. I'm in town on parish business, and I happened quite by accident to notice your advertisement in the paper. I am Bumble, master of the workhouse where the boy was born, and this is my wife. My wife of just 2 weeks, sir.
Congratulations, and how do you do?
I believe there is a reward of 5 guineas for the information you see.
Of course. Why don't you tell me what you know first?
You don't know anything good of the boy, do you?
Indeed we do not. That boy was born of low and vile parents.
I knew it.
From the moment of his birth, he displayed no better qualities than treachery, deceitfulness, and malice.
You must be thinking of some other boy, ma'am.
Come, surely you're mistaken.
No, sir. Didn't we bring him up and give him the best of care and all necessities?
It was never enough. He was always whining for more.
And didn't he run away after a cowardly attack on a poor, unoffending apprentice, ladies? That boy is the most ill-deforming, ungrateful witch I have ever met.
This is most disturbing. The boys told me the facts as much as you have told them, but you have added some particulars.
Listen, that boy is not to be trusted, sir. He'll come to no good.
I don't know what to think about all this.
Might I be so bold as to ask, sir, what has become of the boy and, what is your interest in him?
It is my affair, sir. Here are your 5 guineas. I'd gladly have given you 2 times this amount if your news had been favourable to the boy.
Favourable? Oh, well, I might have been a bit hasty. Might have exaggerated.
Good day, sir. Ma'am.
Come along, you old fool!
Oh, my dear, how was I to know?
Surely he has had time to go and return. Miss Bedman.
Come, Thomas! The boy is playing games with you!
Sir?
Is there any sign of Oliver?
No, sir, but he's not been gone very long.
After what I've just heard, I'm afraid we are deceived in him.
Oh no, Mr. Brownlow. I'll never believe in that. Nor I, sir.
Come to your senses, all of you! The boy is an imposter who has taken advantage of your pity and generosity. He comes from a den of thieves and will return to a den of thieves.
If he returns within the next half hour, I shall forget what I have just been told. If he does not, then I wish to never hear his name again.
It's dark, and Bill and Nancy should have been back by now. Something must have gone wrong.
The plan doesn't succeed tonight. We'll try again tomorrow. Brownlow's a regular customer at that bookstore. Sooner or later we'll...
Hush! What's that noise?
But I don't want to come with you. Let me go. Let me go.
Keep quiet, brat.
They got him, Dodger.
Look at him, Fagin. Just look at him.
Glad to see you looking so fine, my dear. Any trouble, Bill?
No. The people let him outside of the house alone and he walked right into our hands.
Well, look at his clothes, Fagin. And he's got books, too. Well, he's a regular gentleman, he is.
Look here, Fagin. A £5 note.
That's mine, Fagin. Mine and Nancy's for grabbing him.
Well, we's the ones who grabbed him.
Quite the run he gave us.
And the weight of this loaded trash to boot.
I'm afraid the credit, and therefore the money, is all mine. You may have the books, Bill.
Mine, you old devil. You may keep those books if you're fond of reading.
Those books belong to the kind gentleman who brought me into his home and took care of me. Please send the books and money back to him. He'll think I stole them.
You're right, Oliver. That's exactly what he'll think.
And he won't ask questions after the boy, for we have to prosecute him. We have him safe now.
Get him!
Oh, police!
Oh, come here, you scab tickler!
So, you tried to run away, Oliver, did you? Tried to call for the police? Well, I'll soon cure you of that.
No, Fagin, you've got him back now. Let him be.
Why, Nancy, what do you mean by this?
I wish I'd been struck dead before I lent a hand in bringing him back. Now he'll become a thief and a liar like the rest of us.
Now, we must have civil words.
Civil words! You villain! I've stolen for you since I was only half his age. Do you dare ask for civil words from me?
Keep quiet, Nance, or I'll quiet you for good. A pretty betrayer you are for the boy to have as his friend.
Temper! Passion! But she's clever and we need her. Boys, Look after Oliver!
Come on, Oliver.
We'll get you a change of clothes so you don't spoil those Sunday ones.
You weak jester scraper! Well, now we are ready for the next step of the plan.
Bill, all set for the robbery? There's just a fine quantity of silver just waiting to be burgled.
I'm set, but I don't want the boy along.
He must go with you.
I don't like it, I tell you. He'll be in the way.
No, Bill. You must make use of the boy. Put him through the window. He'll go silently through the house and unlock the door for you. And he'll do it without trouble, if you frighten him enough.
Frighten him? If he makes one wrong move, you'll never see the boy alive again.
He's not to be harmed. It's only his undoing I'm after. I'll have no violence.
Just make him feel as though he's one of us, Bill. Make him think he's a thief, and he's ours. He won't try to escape again.
He'll be branded a thief for the rest of his life. That's all I need for my purpose.
Remember, Bill, the second bag of gold.
All right. When's the job to be done?
In about a week, I think. On Sunday, under the dark of the moon.
Now, I have business with some people from the country. Business which I hope will seal Oliver's fate once and for all.
Who's that woman, Fagin?
What's it matter, Bill? She wants the boy made a thief. So do we. Except she pays in gold for what we would have done for nothing. I don't see any problems in that. And I don't ask questions. Good night, Bill.
I don't half like what's going on. If Oliver goes on this job with Bill, he'll be as bad as the rest of us. Only a week until it's done.
Now you look like yourself again, Oliver. What a pity you ain't a prig.
Well, I bet I suppose you don't even know what a prig is.
Yes, I know. It's a thief, and you're one.
Well, of course I am. I'd be scorned to be anything else.
But I don't want to be like you.
Just take a moment to think about your situation, Oliver. Those people who took you in, they won't ever want to see you again, now that they think you're a thief.
No, I suppose not.
So make the best of things. Think about handkerchiefs and purses and the handiest ways to lift them.
There's an honor among thieves.
We be your brothers now. To the grave.
Like fleas dining together run a rat.
And make old Fagin happy, and you'll sit beside him like his own son.
Listen to Bet, Oliver. Where's the honor in being pitied an orphan when you can belong to someone?
All right, boys. Let him leave.
And see, Oliver, now here's Nancy acting like a mother to ya. Come on, boys.
You'd best go to bed now, Oliver.
Oh, Nancy, don't let them make me steal, please. I don't want to be a thief.
If I could prevent it, Oliver, I would. But it's not in my power. I can't arouse Fagin's suspicion. And I can't go against my Bill. You don't understand, Oliver, but as bad as we all are, we stand by each other. It's the only way we survive.
That lady in black, who is she? Why did she look at me the way she did?
Have you never seen her before?
No, not until tonight.
Forget about her. Go over to the fire and have something to eat. Oh, boy. If only there was something I could do. If I could speak to... No, it'd be too great a risk. But perhaps...
Oh, you're the only friend I have now, Nancy. What's the matter?
I'm all right, Oliver. Go on to bed. I'll do what I can for you. Forgive me, Bill. If you knew I meant to seek out Brownlow, you'd never stand for it.
2 weeks ago the deed was done. 2 miserable weeks, I have been a married man. It seems an age. How could I have been so deceived? I thought she was a woman of secret fortune and tender heart, but it turns out she possesses nothing but a single teapot and a terrible temper. A most unhappy man. Oh.
Well, I'm gonna sit there grumbling all night. Where is this person we are to meet?
The message she sent clearly stated she meet us here at 8 o'clock. And I'll sit here as long as I think proper. Such is my privilege.
my privilege. Oh, my privilege.
Mr. Bumble.
Wow! Yes?
You are the master of the parish workhouse.
Yes? Are you the lady who sent the message?
Yes. Who is this?
My wife. Matron of the workhouse.
Oh. Very well. I am seeking information. If you can tell me what I want to know, I'll pay you well.
Ah! Well, come sit down, please. I told you this trip to London will be worth our while.
Carry your memory back 10 years last winter. A boy was born in your workhouse who was later apprenticed to a coffin maker but ran away to London.
Why, you mean Oliver Twist?
Yes, but what of the old woman who nursed his mother? Where can I find her?
Ah, old Sally. She died a week ago.
Died? Then I've wasted my time.
Wait! I was with old Sally when she died.
Did she tell you about something the boy's mother had with her when she died?
Perhaps, but what is this information worth to you?
£20.
Make it 5 and 20, and let me see it first.
Now tell me what you know.
Before old Sally died, she spoke of a locket.
Yes! Yes, the gold locket. Where is it now?
I have it. I was going to see what I could get for it here in London.
Yes! This is what I want.
But
you have £25 for it. In 5 minutes, this locket will be tossed into the river, and with it all proof of the true identity of the child called Oliver Twist. I warn you, keep a quiet tongue in your heads for your own good. I promise you, you'll hear no more of the boy.
Twice in one day? I hope that's the last we hear of this Oliver Twist.
Perhaps, but that would not be the last that young lady hears of us. We'll miss our coach for home. Come along.
We mustn't give up our search. Perhaps Miss Sellers invited him to supper.
My dear, I'm sure the search is hopeless, but as you are so insistent.
Please don't be upset with me, sir. I simply can't believe Oliver has left us.
I'm sorry, the shop is closed. Oh, Mr. Brownlow, it's you. And Miss Rose.
Is Oliver here?
Oliver? Why, no.
Was he here earlier? I sent him with some books.
No, sir, I have not seen him. Perhaps he has lost his way. I hope nothing is wrong, sir.
No, I'm sorry to have disturbed you, Miss Sellers. Good night.
Good night. I hope you find the boys soon. It's getting quite late.
Thank you. Let that good lady remain ignorant of the truth. Come, we will search no further.
But Oliver wouldn't leave us of his own will. I know he wouldn't.
My dear, you must forget him. Come, we cannot search any longer. It's getting late.
Mr. Brownlow, wait.
What is it?
I must speak to you. Please step over here out of the street.
What is the meaning of this?
Please sit down. I'm risking my life and the lives of others by speaking to you. I'm the one who led little Oliver away tonight.
Let him away? Why? Where's he now?
Is he safe? Oh, say he's safe.
As safe as he could be among thieves.
Thieves! So it is true. I don't need to hear any more.
But you must hear me, sir. There are those who would murder me if they knew I was here tonight.
Murder? What do you mean?
Oliver is being kept against his will by a man called Fagin. This man forced me to keep watch on your house and kidnapped the boy when he went out alone. You must understand, sir, that the boy is innocent of any crime.
Yes, Oliver told me of this Fagin. Truly, I want to believe you, but...
You must believe me, sir. The boy is lost.
Please, Mr. Brownlow, we must get him back.
Yes, I see now that I have been misled. But what can we do?
First, tell me, do you know a young woman named Miss Monks?
No, I don't know anyone with that name.
She knows you very well. I overheard her talking to Fagin, and if Fagin makes Oliver a thief, Miss Monks will pay him a large sum of money.
Make Oliver a thief? Well, this is monstrous. Who is this Miss Monks?
I don't know, for she's not one of us.
Well, can you describe her for me, please?
She's tall, dark, always dresses in black, has a wide scar on her neck, deep red in colour, about here.
A scar? On her neck, you say? Like a burn or a scald?
Yes, do you recognise her?
It can't be. And yet, it is possible. If it is who I think, we mustn't waste a moment in rescuing Oliver.
Can you promise I won't be watched or followed tonight or any other time?
Very well.
Meet me here Sunday night between 11 and 12. If I can, I'll bring Oliver to you.
Must we wait until Sunday? Can we do nothing sooner?
No, for if I'm discovered, you'll never see either of us alive again.
We will trust you, but will you please tell me where this Fagin can be found?
Never! Devil that he is, I could never betray him.
Well, at least tell me where Miss Monks is, and let me deal with her.
I can't. She could turn on us and tell all she knows.
I must find her. I promise that your friends will not be brought to justice by my hands.
For the boy's sake, I must believe you. You'll find Miss Monks at an inn called the Three Cripples. Now, I must go.
My dear, if you had not believed in Oliver, we would never have known any of this. My interest in him grows greater by the minute. Tomorrow, we will have to make some more inquiries. This Miss Monks. Yes, and the portrait. Rose, you may figure in this matter more than you realize.
Aye, sir?
I cannot explain it all now. We must wait until Sunday. Come, let's get out before someone sees us.
Now this side of midnight, a dark and heavy Sunday it is too. A good night for my business.
I thought Miss Monks would be here by now. She'll want to see Oliver off, I'm sure.
Nance, where's the gal going at this time of night?
Not far.
What answers that? Where are you going?
I don't feel well. I want a breath of fresh air. Come, Oliver, walk with me.
Oh, you're not going out, Nance. And neither is he.
Do you deny me a common walk in the street? You'll drive me something desperate, Bill. Let me go.
I won't. You'll stay here and get the boy ready to go on the job with me.
There's time for that yet. Please, Bill, let me go out. Only 30 minutes.
If you try to go out, Nance, I'll see to it that you don't go nowhere for a good long time.
Right, Bill, right.
Ooh, I thought I had her tamed, but she ain't been herself this entire week.
I know, Bill. I know she hasn't.
Where's Dodger? With my gear, I'll rout out that imp!
Nancy, get Oliver ready. Bill will come to fetch him directly.
Are you all right, Nancy?
Yes, follow me.
Where are we going?
Not a sound now. We'll go out the back way.
But we mustn't. You'll get into trouble.
It's a risk I must take, Oliver. Hurry.
Whew! This is a load of iron Bill Sykes carries on the job.
Oh, well, he's a keen housebreaker, he is.
Aye, he is.
But I do feel a bit sorry for Oliver, having to go out with him on a dark night like this.
You think any of us would be scared of the dark?
Aye, the best deeds be done in the shadows.
Why, Oliver's a regular apprentice, Bet. After tonight, he'll know all about robbing houses.
Well, it's a shame he don't take to the idea.
Not everyone can be a natural at it.
Good calling.
Best find out whether the lice feeder has the itch or not.
Dodger, where's my gear?
Oh, here, Bill.
Nancy, where's Oliver? Oliver? Oliver, where's he?
He's gone.
Where's Nance?
She's gone too.
Maybe she's on an errand.
Did you see them in the hole?
No.
And they're not on the stairs? Nancy's taking him.
Oh, the slippery vermin must have scamped out back.
Well, they've not gone far. I want her.
Bill, bring me the boy. Do what you want with Nancy, but bring me the boy. Do you understand, Bill? Do you hear me? Bring him to me. He'll be my fortune.
They haven't come. God help me.
Who, Nancy?
They will come. Surely they will come. Oh, thank heaven, there they are.
Oliver! Rose! Oh, Oliver, we have you back again.
My boy, I can't tell you how glad I am to see you again.
Oh, sir, there were so many dreadful times when I thought you'd never want to see me again.
Nonsense, my boy. You are a brave girl. If there's anything we can do to help.
You can do nothing for me, sir. I'm beyond all help.
We could take you away to a safe place. You need never set foot in your old haunts again.
Oh, please, Nancy, don't go back to Fagin's. I'm afraid for you.
Surely you will be persuaded and come home with us.
No, I hate my life, but I've gone too far to turn back now. And there's a man I must go back to, no matter what happens.
Then please, take this purse for my sake.
Oh, lady, I've not done this for money. Let me have that to console me. Bless you, dear lady. Bless you, sir. Goodbye, Oliver. We must never see each other again.
I'll never forget you, Nancy.
Now go, quickly.
Goodbye, and thank you.
If there is anything I can do.
Well, Nance. What a pretty piece of work you've been up
Oh,
to.
please don't look at me like that.
You gave the boy back to Brownlow, and that can only mean the end for all of us.
The gentleman gave me his promise. I only wanted to save the child. Bill! Ah! Ah!
Wait there, Rose, with Oliver! You there, stop! Oh, I heard a scream. Heaven help me. Police! Somebody!
What's this?
This young woman has been attacked. There, I saw the attacker. He ran up the street.
Mercy on us! How dreadful, Mr. Brownlow. Are you all right, sir?
Yes, Mrs. Sellers, I'm fine.
Oliver!
That was Rose.
He's gone! Oliver's gone!
What happened?
A terrible man came running out of the darkness and took Oliver away.
Lord help him, Constable. The attacker has taken a hostage. A boy. If the villain would strike a young woman, there's no telling where he may go to the boy.
Help! Help! Police!
There he goes! He got the boy!
Miss Sellers, I leave Rose in your care until I return.
Of course. Poor dear, come with me.
Please, in Mr. Brownlow's name, see this poor girl gets to a doctor.
Well, what do you think happened?
Shouldn't Bill be back by now?
You boys mind yourselves. I will not be annoyed by your questions tonight.
Well, Bill better not hurt that old gentleman or that girl. We'll all be in for it.
Oh, curse that, Oliver! I knew that flaking dandruff would give us all a rash.
Never you mind, Nate. Bill knows what he's doing. He'll bring the boy back to me.
Dodger, bar the door!
Did someone follow you?
Set the barricade, they're close behind!
The constables!
What have you done?
Bill, what'd you do to Nancy? And you've led the law here!
It couldn't be helped!
Give me the boy, he's mine.
No, he's mine! As long as I've got him, the constables won't touch me! Open up, man! There is no escape! No.
The game is up!
No, we'll be alright! We've got the boy! Why do you look at me that way?
Well, here's to go after poor Nancy. You monster!
I never wanted no part in hurting one of our own.
What happened to protecting the family?
It's all over!
I'm ready for them. You!
My money? You mustn't take my money. I'll hide it. Hide it and then I'll come back for it. Yes, that's just what I'll...
Stand back!
We'll have to force the door. Oh, you want to take me? It'll cost the boy's life. Back! Back, I say! Now, you'll let us pass out of here without any interference, or I swear the boy dies!
Don't harm him, please. We'll do what you say. Just don't harm the boy.
Don't leave me here, Bill. Take me with you.
Villain!
Ah! Oh. Well, he's out cold.
He won't resist anymore.
And you'd be wise to go peacefully, Fagin.
Me? No. No!
Don't we know your game?
Fagin's the name, I believe.
Yes, we know all about you.
Master thief, aye, and his apprentices. The Artful Dodger, I presume.
No! Let me go! I have unfinished business. Let me go!
You'll go all right. First to Newgate Prison and then to the gallows.
And as for you, we'll put in a good word for your assistance in apprehending these notorious crooks.
Well, that's very good of you, sir. But watch how you handle us.
We're Englishmen, you know.
Afraid of nothing. And I'm an English woman. And we've got our rights and privileges as citizens.
You're thieves 20 times over, you young vagabonds.
But don't worry, you'll get your rights and privileges right from the magistrate.
Now pick up that evidence and come along. And don't even think about making a run for it.
You would have been my fortune, Oliver. My fortune!
So long, Oliver. Take care you don't lose that gentleman again.
Goodbye, Oliver. You deserve a better family than the likes of us.
Poor boy, you've had quite an experience, and now I must get you home.
But the lady in black, she wasn't here.
Don't worry about her, Oliver. She hasn't escaped me. Tomorrow you will hear some very astonishing things. Come along.
How dare you handle me in this manner? By whose authority am I brought here against my will? It's fine treatment from you, my father's oldest friend.
It is because I am your father's oldest friend that I moved to treat you gently, Emma Leaford. Whatever possessed you to call yourself Miss Monks?
I had my reasons. What do you want with me?
Justice for the child called Oliver Twist.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I believe you do. You see, I am aware that your father took a second wife after your mother died. A young woman named Agnes Fleming. Your father came to see me before he left for Rome.
He came here?
Yes, Agnes, being with child, could not accompany him to Rome. So he left her in the country with friends he thought he could trust. As he passed through London, he left me with this portrait of Agnes as a wedding present.
What of it?
When Oliver lay here recovering from his fever, I noticed a strong resemblance to the portrait.
What does all of this have to do with me?
You forced Agnes to leave the safety of friends. With no money, she had no choice but that miserable country workhouse where she bore her child and then died.
Did I?
You forced them to let you into their father's house, and you stole the will and left the country for a number of years. I'm sure you were scared the child might somehow learn of his true identity, so you returned to London. You made your infamous bargain with that villain Fagin.
You can't prove anything against me. I defy you to do it.
Mr. and Mrs. Bumble have confessed their part in your crime. Do you still defy me?
No.
I should think not. You are a disgrace to the memory of your father. But his son shall suffer no longer from your schemes. Miss Bedwin, you may bring everyone in now.
The lady in black!
Don't be alarmed, Oliver. Come, sit beside me. This young woman is Emma Leaford. She is your stepsister.
My sister, sir?
Yes, you are the son of her father and my dear departed friend, Edwin Leaford, by his second wife, Agnes Fleming Leaford. I have here a copy of the will of Edwin Leaford. It provides annuity to his daughter Emma, the woman in black as you know her, but the bulk of his property is divided between Agnes and her child. The child will inherit the money under only one stipulation. The child never stain the family name with any public act of dishonor, cowardice, or wrong.
You shameful young woman! You knew that if the boy committed some dishonest act, his inheritance would go to you!
Yes! I would have done anything to get the full inheritance. And I would have succeeded if it had been for that miserable girl who interfered on his behalf.
Let that brave girl's near-death experience rest on your conscience. But there's more to this. Proof of Oliver's parentage.
Oh, do my eyes deceive me, or is that little Oliver? If you knowed how much we've been aggrieving you.
Come along, you old fool.
I believe you once had in your possession a certain gold locket, which belonged to a young lady who died in childbirth at the workhouse. But you sold that locket to this young woman.
For £25, and she destroyed it.
And what did the locket have inside it?
2 locks of brown hair with a ring with the name Agnes Fleming Leaford engraved inside.
Yes, proof of Oliver's parentage. Now, you two may go. But if conditions do not improve at the workhouse, I shall see to it that you are never employed in a situation of trust again.
Yes, sir. We'll see to it, sir.
Now, Emma, you may go. But I warn you, never interfere with me or the boy again.
Thank goodness she's gone.
Now, Oliver, there's one more matter we must attend to. The woman in this portrait is Agnes Fleming Leaford.
My mother?
Yes, and the young lady here,
Rose?
Rose Fleming, your mother's younger sister, and consequently...
My aunt.
We shall never be separated again, Oliver, for Mr. Brownlow is going to adopt you and we shall all live here together.
You have a family of your own now, Oliver.
I am so happy that everything is settled in your favour, my boy. But now, can't we go to Christmas dinner? Miss Bedwin, you have made some of those excellent gingerbread cookies, haven't you?
Indeed I have.
To dinner, Oliver. You shall sit beside me as my son.
'Tis a great gift to belong to someone, sir.
'Tis indeed, my boy. To be restored of, to belong in a family, is the greatest gift our Lord can give us on this glorious Christmas day.
Merry Christmas, Oliver.
Merry Christmas.
enjoyed the show. Before you leave, we would like to thank our amazing director and assistant director, Lindsay. Without them, none of this would have been possible. Mrs. Grigsby, your vision inspires us every day. And I'm so sorry. This is my last show, so and Lindsay, you were just so helpful with every production. And last but not least, Hannah, our senior stage manager, she just means so much to us. So thank you so much.
Yes, they do all the band-aiding and finding microphones and hats and gloves and all the things backstage, don't we, ladies? Lovely, and they're so quiet and sweet about it all. Much nicer than I would be back there. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to get some pictures of these folks with the camera, and I'll bring the house lights up in just a moment. If you're hanging around, we've got quite a few chairs to put away, and we'd love help with that. Miss Burns is also here to see all the folks that she's not seen in a while, so please be sure and see her before you go. But guys, freeze, we're going to take some yearbook pictures. Let me get the lights. Put those.